It's comedian versus comedian with The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon's Nick Guerra taking on Grey's Anatomy's Chris Cope in Saved by the Bell and 80s action movie trivia. This is Trivia with Buds. Welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. Thanks for checking out this show. Thanks for rating it, subscribing to it, reviewing it, all that good stuff that you do to get more ears on the podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds, and I'm super grateful that you checked this out. We put this show out every Tuesday morning at about 8 a.m. Pacific, and I just put up my first bonus episode. So if you're going through the feed and you're like, what's this bonus episode all about? It's a good 45 minutes of me chatting with an organization in Glendale, California called Actors for Autism. So I urge you to go back and listen to that episode. We do some Beauty and the Beast trivia, and then I do a Q&A and a long talk with my whole LA story on, I think it's episode 33 of this show. So go back a few. And while you're going through the feed, check out some other episodes we've done. We've done some great ones. Last week we did Limp Bizkit versus TV show theme songs with my good friend comedian Adam Cousins. A couple episodes ago we did Me versus the Wife and Dirty Dancing and Roadhouse trivia. It was a big Lazy Swayze Sunday when we recorded that. And there's something there for everybody. So maybe you're on a road trip. Maybe you're driving around. Maybe you're just checking out the episode, the podcast for the very first time. Check out the whole feed, see what you're into, and give one of them a listen. I'm sure you'll get something out of it. And I don't have too much else to say for this little intro. I have some fun stuff coming up. I'm headlining the Chicago Improv April 23rd. I would love to see you there. I'll be in Sweet Home Chicago eating Portillo's till my face hurts. And I'll be eating cake shakes and beef and cheddar croissants and hot dogs with mustard, not ketchup. You know, all the Chicago shit. And it'll be a good time. I'll be featuring for a comedian named Rodman, who I think won Last Comic Standing. And that's April 20th. 21st and 22nd, and then I'll be headlining the show myself on the 23rd. Super excited about it. And if you can't make it out in Chicago, I am practicing my headlining set at a bunch of my trivia locations around Los Angeles. Check out triviawithbuds.com. BUDDS, triviawithbuds.com, and see where I'm at. Special 1-hour shows I'm doing at Pocock Brewing Company and Last Name Brewing and the Rancho in Altadena, California, and Eno Vino Wine Bar in Atwater Village. So a bunch of fun stuff coming up. I'll probably have one opener special guest on all those shows, and then I'll probably do about 45 or 50 to kind of run that set. And without any further ado, we're going to dive into this episode. One more thing I wanted to mention. I have a hotline. You can call and leave me a voicemail. I would love to hear your best trivia question. It could be on any topic at all, and you just have to call the number. It is 424-265-1212. That's 424-265-1212. That is my trivia voicemail hotline. Leave me a message there, and I will play the question on the show, and we'll see if I can figure it out. I have a really good one that I'm going to play in next week's episode, so get ready for that, and I got a few more lined up to play as well. Leave me a voicemail question, and we will get to it as soon as possible. Here is today's episode. It's a fun one with two great stand-up comedians, two of the best in the biz, and two of the best I've met in L.A., Mr. Chris Cope and Nick Guerra. Here we go. Sitting here in Hollywood, California with two good friends of mine, some comedians, and I'm sitting in the house of Mr. Chris Cope. How you doing, Chris?
Man, I'm amazing. How are you?
Chris, your shirt says ow. Are you in pain right now? What's that all about?
I honestly thought this shirt said wow. I think there might have been a W on it at one point.
You just took a giant bong rip right before we started, so it is possible you are seeing letters that are not there.
No, this was randomly, this is the shirt that I wore when I was on Tosh, and I just got to keep it.
Oh, very good.
Because when you're my size, you either get to keep your wardrobe or I got to show up on my own. So,
did you have a good time when you were on Tosh.0?
It was the easiest, fastest money. I was there. I was from parking lot to leaving was 90 minutes.
I wonder if I was a production assistant on that show when I first moved here. How long ago were you on it?
Last year.
Oh, okay. I was on probably the year before that.
Yeah, they shoot in that little tennis spot, in their studio's real small.
Oh yeah, super.
I was
small.
surprised how little
Yeah.
Space, they just make
And
use.
they film little segments all over the place. Like they'll use the bathroom, they'll use the roof, they'll use the alleyway. And it looks like a different place every time.
It does, but if you've been there once, you're like, nope, that's that. There's no parking.
Yeah.
Like even I had preferred parking, it was still a block, like the lot.
Oh yeah, as somebody who worked on the show, I had to park like around the block. It was a pain in the ass.
That's a bitch.
Huge pain in the ass, but it's a fun show to work on. And Chris, you're going against Nick Guerra. How you doing, Nick?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I didn't say the right pronunciation of your name, I'm sure.
No, that was perfect.
Guerra?
Yeah.
When do you say Guerra?
When you want to.
When you want to. I wasn't confident that I'd
When the
roll the
moon
R the right way.
strikes.
Well, you didn't say Guerra. That's where everyone messes up.
is what the-
Or
Where
where
is
they
there a
say,
W?
or they say Wera.
Yeah.
They think GUE is Gue.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Like
Because people don't realize that Rodriguez or merengue or anything has GUE and it's G.
Yeah.
They just think Gua.
Well, there you go. Nick, you have been
And then they
on-
add extra R's. They go Guerrera.
not too long ago, you were on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
You are on Gabriel Iglesias' Stand Up Revolution.
Yeah.
And you have a new album called The Knicks Tape.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. I
Yeah,
was checking out your
man.
website. It looked amazing. What's the coolest TV performance you've done? Like the most you got out of it personally as a comedian? Which one was like the funnest for you to do?
Oh, man. Baggage with Jerry Springer.
What was that? Was that a show?
Yeah, it was a dating show.
Oh, I do kind of remember. Was that on MTV?
I think it was on Game Show Network.
Game Show Network.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's still on. Jerry only does the show apparently so that he could pay for his jet's fuel.
Really?
Yeah. That's why he does it.
Chris, how would you like to do that? You're just like, I'll do this show because I need that jet fuel.
I've done shows where I've needed burger money. So yeah, if I get to the point where I'm working for jet fuel, I've moved up in the world.
Yep.
Well, you won the Big Sky Festival. You've been on Jimmy Kimmel. You've done a lot of fun stuff as well.
I wanted to,
Nick
man.
won it too, yeah.
We got two winners of the Big Sky Festival.
Yeah, man.
Back-to-back years?
No, Tommy
he
Pope
was-
separates us.
Yeah. That was 2013. He was 2015.
I was 15.
Where's Big Sky, Montana?
Yeah,
Very I've never-
Billings.
Billings, Montana. Pretty beautiful. I've heard it's a really fun festival.
Yeah, man. It's great.
Excuse me. I've been.
times.
I think we both have been there when it's snowing and when it's pretty. It's man, you see those mountains. That shit takes your breath away.
Yeah. It's great. It's really the only festival I've done.
Yeah.
I don't get asked to be on many festivals.
I've done a good number, and I mean, I think it's the best domestically. Comics who are listening,
Yeah.
you're gonna invest your money, put it towards that. Don't waste your money on anything else.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I've submitted, like, when I was a little bit greener, I submitted to, like, everything and then never got anything. And then there was even festivals where it was, like, there was one in Chicago, I forget what it was called, but it was like, hey, if you didn't get into regular festivals, this is the festival for you. And I couldn't even get to that one.
Oh, man.
It's like,
Nothing
God
puts a
damn it.
gun in the mouth faster than just
Oh,
that.
man.
letter.
And then you get to a point where you're like, well, I probably just won't do festivals until someone asks
Well, the
me
funny
to do
thing
it.
is-
You know what I mean?
I think with festivals, it's weird because you get to a certain point where you're working a lot, and it's like, do I really want to give up $1,000
Yeah.
to pay $1,000
To go
to
hang
a
out.
festival
Yeah.
to hang out?
Yeah, basically.
And
Well,
there is.
I'm in that weird place where I'm like, do I have to do the festivals just to show them that I'm a comic?
Yeah.
Like that's the trade-off.
Sure.
Is that you can say, well, I could go make money doing this gig where nobody can help me out. I just do the gig, or I go do the festival where somebody might see me because they're not seeing me in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen? It's so funny.
Oh, that's a very-
how
that's a
much
very valid
like
point.
when I did the Laugh Factory Chicago. That's when Jamie saw me.
Yeah.
You know, I performed out at Hollywood. I sat in the at the open mic. I did, the showcase, but it was in Chicago that he saw me.
Yeah, yeah.
and was like, "Oh, you're passed," right?
Yeah.
Even though I don't know what that means. Right, and it's always outside. It's like it helps for them to see you outside.
Yeah.
So that's the benefit of losing that $1,000.
You know what's the funny thing you just said about that? I had the vice
Kind of.
I had
Yeah.
the vice versa. I was on the very first show ever at the Laugh Factory in Chicago because that's where
Yeah.
I'm from. So I got booked on that. It was me and Pat Tomasulo, who's a
Okay.
comedian from Chicago and also a newscaster there in WGN, and Mike Stanley. So the three of us did a 3-man show. Went great. Jamie was there for the opening. He's like, whenever you come out, you're passed, you're good. Moved out here, no idea who you are.
Yeah.
And so it had the opposite effect where I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I'm moving out to LA. This is going to be great. And then it, like, I don't have time to go line up for the open mic and all that stuff. But, like, it had
There's
the
no
reverse
reason
effect.
to,
But-
man.
Right. Yeah. I think,
Oh, wait, well, no, hold on. If anyone's listening to this and is trying to be aspiring, there's a reason to.
Sure.
between me and this guy and Chris, there's no reason to.
I've been doing comedy 11 years this year, and I think about 9 years in, you start to go like, oh, some of this stuff is not for me, and you just kind of find your own path. I mean, some people do that way sooner and way later, but I feel like around 8-9 years, I was like, I don't think I need to do everything that I think I need to do. I just need to fucking find my own niche and path. You know what I mean?
Like when I was coming up on the East Coast, like the only goal that I had was just get in with more clubs, get more work, keep building a calendar, and keep building until I could headline. Like that was the goal.
Yeah.
And you know, it's weird. You get out here and there's certain comics are like, oh, I only like to go to this one club, and I'm like, one club out of the 500 in America.
Are they comics?
but you know what though? I'm not gonna say they're not. They put the effort in, so I can't begrudge them this. Are they working comics? Majority of these people that I'm speaking of are not.
Yeah.
You know,
Then they need comics.
All right. He's
I'll be the
now.
one.
Nick's awake now.
I'll throw down the gauntlet. Yo, if you ain't working, you ain't a comic.
Damn.
Done. Does that hurt? Well, then start working. See, that's the thing. You only insult people that aren't really comics. You never insult the people that are actual comics.
There
you know, if you say anything where it's like, well, a comic, and they get, oh, not me, then you're doing it wrong, son.
There you go. Truth.
Get out
from,
the game.
Nick Guerra.
I'm just too high to be mean right now. Like I have the whip inside me, but I'm just like, not today.
I don't mind, man.
No, Nick.
We are going to dive into your trivia categories and get to the trivia portion of the podcast. Get to know what you guys are into a little bit more. We'll start with Chris's categories. Chris, you were super excited to be on the show because I
like trivia. Man, I've won 2 game shows.
Trivia. We've talked about it. What were the 2 game shows you won?
Celebrity Name Game.
Hell yeah.
And Money Where Your Mouth Is.
Money Where Your Mouth
Jay
Is.
Moore. I'll tell you, about halfway through shooting it, they picked me to win.
Really?
The other game show, I legitimately, me and my partner won. 20 grand, 10 grand each.
Hell yeah, there you go.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
When did this happen?
After taxes, what about 7 grand?
Dude. That year, I got a refund.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So, yeah, it was weird because I got the 10 grand all in one check.
Yeah.
And I immediately put 3 away thinking I'd take 30% out. And then when I did my 2014 taxes, which that was on, the CPA is like, you're getting a refund from. So I guess I made so little in other categories that I was that tax got eaten up into where it was a refund. It wasn't a big one.
Sure.
But that 3 grand came back to me that day.
That's what they call a double win. That's a double win. You won 2 game shows.
All
you won
up
the taxes
my nose.
game show?
All up my nose and my arm.
Do you remember the game show National Lampoon's Funny Money, where they would have comedians try and make people laugh sitting in a chair? So I'd be sitting in a chair like this, and you would come up and just be like either telling jokes or doing weird shit. And then when that person broke laughter, and every second you lasted longer, you got another $1. It was an interesting show.
Oh God, sounds terrible.
It was a
I just got an email for a show that sounds terrible. That it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna go with somebody on. I'm not gonna say the whole premise.
Sure.
Right, and try to make them laugh. I'm like, why?
Oh yeah.
Why do I want to do that?
I saw a game show posting, or I got an email. It was like, it's a new game show based on emojis. I'm like, what the? Why do people give a shit about emojis? There's an emoji movie coming out. Oh, I don't even know how you look at that and go.
They're just trying to push it through like a turd, and then it'll squeeze out the other side. No one will care.
It's so stupid.
Yeah,
but it's gotta.
It's a 6-month project. Somebody got fooled into giving their money up for it.
There you go.
Whoever the money guys are, sorry.
This is the city of snake oil salesmen.
Yeah, man.
Sure
so
is.
Glad I moved.
It's a continuous contract work. You know, that's the one thing people don't remember about Hollywood. You know, but you got to remember when you come out here, everyone's just hoping for a gig. Yeah. Everyone.
That's why we're all here.
Yeah.
And that jet fuel.
And I'm not just talking about, the talent. I'm talking about
fucking PAs, production assistants,
everybody.
The makeup. I've had makeup ladies hit me up and go, "Hey, next time you're on a job, if they're looking for somebody, let me know."
Yeah.
This whole business is helping everyone out as much as you can because you never know when they can refer you for something.
It's all 1099.
Absolutely.
It's all 1099.
Right.
Your first topic you gave me was 80s action films. What are some of your favorite 80s action films?
Die Hard, Lethal Weapon.
Sure.
Both the Lethal Weapons that were shot in the 80s.
Yeah.
Commando is one of the funniest movies ever made, but it's still great. Red Dawn.
And I think we're all
Untouchables.
We're all around the same age. We're all kids of the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
Sean Connery, anything in the 80s.
What about Over the Top? Do you love that movie?
You know what?
That was the arm wrestler.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Arm wrestling movie.
I saw the documentary about the guy that made those movies.
Was it the Canon Films one?
Yeah, I think so, right? And then it was like that was the big one that he was able to pull off.
That was fun stuff. That's on Netflix. I think it's
that movie's ridiculous. Robert Lowe's like, give up your family and I'll give you a truck. Like seriously, you shitting me?
Yeah, that documentary is even crazier. Man.
That's on Netflix though.
Yeah.
The documentary it's
about the film, the filmmaker.
What's it called?
I forget. Something about Canon Films. So look up Canon, like Canon Films.
Okay, I will, dude.
Your next topic dived into something a little bit more academic, U.S. history.
Yeah, big.
You're pretty good about that.
I would think I'm amazing at it.
Did you go to college and major in something?
I didn't go to college. I majored in sociology.
Okay, very good. Not too far off from history. A lot of sociology history.
I watch documentaries all the time.
Nonstop. You're gonna love this Canon documentary.
When I was in Calgary, I legit watched 11 mob documentaries.
Really?
I can tell you
boom,
pretty
boom,
much.
Boom.
Yeah, you want to know about the Lucchese's, the Genoveses, the Bonanos, the Profacis.
There you go. Your next topic, Highlander, the series and the TV series
that is
and
a
the
dirty
movies.
love. That is a secret love of mine.
I just watched the first half of Highlander 2, The Quickening, which is like
it's set in the fucking future.
Oh, it's
it don't make any
scene. Doesn't make any sense. He bangs a girl against like a brick wall, like just puts it in like dry. It's like the weirdest movie. And I listened to it because I listened to How Did This Get Made? Funny podcast for making fun of bad movies, and they did it. So I fell asleep, so I didn't get through the whole thing. But you love the Highlander series?
Yeah, the second one actually got they recut a version called the Renegade version.
Yeah.
Where they completely like get rid of the planet theory, their alien theory or whatever.
Sure, make it a little bit more Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the third one wasn't terrible.
Sure.
God. I ain't seen one.
No, I've actually never
they've gotten up to like 5 or 6.
Damn.
And then the TV series was popular.
They blend the TV series like in the 5th one, and then like the Sci-Fi Network made one like 2 years ago that nobody saw. Like that was like
they just used the name pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are people still falling for 6 sequels?
Well, because they shot that movie more than like
back in the day
for $200,000.
I mean, back in the day, they're people like audiences are like, yeah, this must be better. It's the 6th one.
Well, the thing is, no one goes. you know, actually, is a really good point that I've been noticing the last 4 weeks that I've been doing clubs.
Yeah.
People have been coming up and going, "We saw your clip online. We really liked it. That's why we came." When I was in Arizona, they mentioned another comic working at another club, and they were like, "Hey, we thought you were funnier than they were.
Yeah.
We're going to come to your show."
And I was that comic.
Yeah,
I feel
Nick,
like
Nick the other comic.
No, we were a week off each other. Yeah, I know.
Well, no, we're in the same club.
Yeah, I know.
So, no, I think nowadays clubs are going to like fail faster.
You think so?
Because think about this. If I can sit on my ass and go, who's going to be there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to go see that.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
You got to be better faster. You can't just, we're going to go out to see a show.
Yeah. Here's the thing. All the shitty comics are going to ruin comedy. So, guys, stop being shitty. Yeah? Is that good?
That's a good tip. I like that.
Because that's the thing. I could tell if a comic had a good weekend the week before if my show's packed all of a sudden for no reason.
Yeah.
Because that's usually how it translates. People don't respond right away. They respond the following week.
Well, they tell their friends, like, "Oh, what'd you guys do?" "Oh, we went to the comedy cave and we had a great fucking time."
Yeah. And then the next week, more people go.
There you go.
Then they get a group like, "No, Linda went. She had a great time." "Oh, let's see who's there this week."
Yeah, then they go
it's Nick
see.
Guerra.
Well,
Oh,
hopefully,
shit, it's hilarious.
Well, usually they come see me after the terrible comic. then I boost it up for the next guy.
That club in Canada, the booker told me, he's like, "You restored my faith in LA comics."
Oh, there you go.
He had like 2 bad comics from LA come here and.
Well, that's what he gets.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's what he gets.
No, that's what he. Honestly, this is what I would say. I would ask if you don't got real TV credits, like Tonight Show. Like no one's gonna argue Tonight Show.
Yeah.
But if you don't, go, "Hey, ask me for a 15-minute tape. If I can't produce one, I don't do enough of those sets to just capture and go there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's 50.
There's a lot of terrible. There's a lot of terrible and there's a lot of terrible comics being pushed. Though.
No shit. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, bigger machines too, especially like management companies, they can leverage.
Yeah.
Take this guy, or I'm not going to give you this guy. And this guy makes you all your money, so you're going to take the week with the shithole guy, give him a really strong feature, and try to fucking make it a good wrap the turd.
There you go. Wrap the turd up.
Yeah.
Your last 2 topics for your 5 were sports related: Braves baseball and Gator football.
Yeah.
Those are your two teams?
Son.
Those are your teams, bro?
Those are my baseball and my college team, yeah.
You still follow them to this day pretty closely?
Pretty closely, yeah. The Braves, the last season or so, have really let me down. They're like, whenever like you're in 2016, like, 2018 though.
Yeah.
They're already just negating a full season. Like, no, don't even look at next year.
Yeah.
You got to look 2 years down the road. That's what a promised land is. Hey, 2020, guys. Aim for 2020.
There you go.
Seriously, it's like Trump.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, all right.
Don't look at the turd now.
Yeah.
Look at the turd in 2 years.
All right, Nick, your categories. Here's the 5 things you gave Chris to tell me. Your first thing, rap beefs.
Yeah, man.
You know a lot of those?
I know a lot about rap beefs.
What's the most recent rap beef you were following that you?
Oh, Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj. That's probably the most recent one.
What are they beefing about?
Just lyrics. Just who's a better female rapper, pretty much. I mean, I don't know essentially how it started. I think Remy felt... No. Nicki felt insulted by some verse that Remy did on, I think, All the Way Up.
Okay.
And so Remy was like, "Well, then I'll do a real one. You're gonna get hurt on a fake one. I'll do a real one." And
nothing like a new diss track, right?
Yeah, man, I love diss tracks.
So I like it's women now.
But I'm more about like '90s beef.
It's like '90s beef curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rap beefs. Your second category, Bill Murray comedies.
Yeah.
Caddyshack.
Yeah.
That's all I got. No.
Stripes.
Caddyshack. Stripes.
What about Bob?
What about Bob?
Ghostbusters.
I just read What About Bob?
Groundhog
Robert Duvall and Bill Murray did not get along the whole time. Is it Robert Duvall? No, not Robert
Richard
Duvall.
Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss. Did not.
Really?
Shit,
Yeah.
really?
I read that. I don't know. I mean, it was like IMDb trivia or something. But they didn't like. They did the scenes, but they didn't especially like each other. I think Richard Dreyfuss didn't want to put up with like Bill Murray's antics. I think that was like the. You know how sometimes that happens.
Yeah, because you get a straightforward actor who's just used to doing his shit and going home.
He's like, I'm in Mr. Holland's Opus, goddammit. Yeah.
Was he in Mr. Holland's Opus then?
No, not yet.
I like how you hadn't done that yet. And also you forgot Jaws.
Never heard of it.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Never, not a real movie. All right.
That fucking.
But that makes sense. I mean, what about Bob? That was the whole premise of it.
Sure.
They didn't. Also,
Yeah.
It might have been. It might have been a little bit of fucking like method acting. Like he got who's so in character. Like
Did you ever hear Stanley Kubrick was super shitty to Shelley Duvall?
Yeah, she fucking pulled her hair out.
Yeah.
I'd have stabbed that asshole.
Because they shot that movie over like a year and months. You know, it's crazy.
Forever.
But you got an amazing result.
There's like
on camera.
there's like 7 documentaries about one movie.
Yeah.
I've watched most of them because it's all fucking like, what did he intend for you to see?
Yeah.
If you see this and this,
Like
means that.
like
I'm
137 or what was it? 127.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it. Shit gets in my head and I can't sleep.
I've been watching old episodes of
No, that documentary. There's that that's funny.
The sitcom 227. It's a lot of Shining references.
Is it?
No.
Yeah.
Here's your next category. It was Texas facts. You're from Texas. Chris, you're from Texas too.
No, Florida.
He's from Florida.
That's right. My mistake.
I stabbed him in the thigh.
You stabbed me in the side with a syringe from Florida. Very good.
Found us on the beach.
Texas facts. Give me a Texas fact. What do you know?
It's big.
Good. It's big. I heard things are bigger there. That's why I thought Chris was from there. Hey,
I'm out of. Get out of my apartment. I have a gun
God bless Texas.
with his own hand, bro. I'll do the whole song.
There you go. Oh man, maybe he knows more than I do.
Oh, if it's Texas history, I'm gonna whoop your ass on it.
Next category: traffic laws.
Yeah.
You been pulled over a lot for traffic.
No, I was a
violations?
comedy defensive driver for a year.
You did that?
Yeah.
Where,
That's
Ice
funny.
House? Where did you do that?
No, I did it in Texas.
Oh, in Texas. Very good.
That's hilarious.
Here's one that I see people break all the time, and I always try to abide by it. It's changing lanes within like 100 yards of a intersection. Is that something? 100 yards? 75 yards?
Well, you can't change lanes in the intersection.
In the intersection.
Yeah, I always thought
see
that.
people do
'cause
that shit all
I
the
thought
time.
as long as it's before the intersection.
I do it all the
good.
time.
Sure.
Sometimes you have to if you're going to cut
Yeah,
someone
sometimes
off.
you have to like, all right, I got to do this move, and this is the only place to do it.
Here's
not
my biggest peeve, and obviously traffic's huge here, but here's my biggest peeve: when you're in line to turn or go, and the first person in line is on their fucking cell phone.
Oh yeah.
You're like, you could be on your cell. I don't give a shit when you're on your cell phone, but you can't be the first leader of the pack when the light changes.
no, you got
and you're like,
responsibilities.
what? Yeah, you have a little bit of
Fucking
responsibility.
go.
Yeah, it's your
Right?
job. Yep.
Yeah. All right. We all agree on that. Your last topic: Saved by the Bell. Jumping out of the laws and into the laws of high school.
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell. That's a fun show. Everybody likes that
Yeah,
show.
man.
It's a good time.
That's what I thought.
I'm
Hell yeah.
middle of the road.
To be honest, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know Chris was going to go so specific.
Sure. It's
On
more
it. I was
specific
just
the better. 'Cause
I
you
was
kinda
just
get to know
like, you know
guys.
what? Let me do some that because I know these things.
Yeah.
I should know them because he asked me for 5 topics of things I'm interested in.
Sure.
And none of the things I'm interested in warrant 5 topics or warrant being like.
Sometimes people give weird. They don't understand like the trivia part, so they think it's just conversation topics.
I should have done Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah,
That's what I should have done.
They'll be like, I like blue things. And I'm like, well, this is it's like a little too vague. We got to get a little bit more about you.
Policeman's uniform is.
There you go. Very good. So this is the part in the podcast where we reveal the topics I chose for you guys. And for Chris, we're going to be doing 80s action films.
All right.
And for Nick, Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
right?
man.
So this is 80s action films versus Saved by the Bell. This is the trivia.
What current Saved by the Bell cast member has fucked?
and what's funny is that
her name? I know her.
Like when you do a pitch for a show,
sure,
they're like only pitch 2, never pitch 3, because they're always going to pick the third one that you hate.
Yeah.
And I should have just pitched one topic.
There you go.
Well, this Nick Guerra.
I was just following rules.
We're going to get into it right
Nick
now.
Guerra as a topic.
This is the Trivia Showdown.
Trivia Showdown.
Okay.
And we go back and forth with the topics. So we'll start with Chris's 80s action. Then we'll go to Nick's Saved by the Bell. We'll go back and forth. Wait for the whole question to be read. And you'll buzz in when you want to answer the question. When you get your topic right. So, Nick, when you get Saved by the Bell right, you get 1 point. Chris, when you get 80s action right, you get 1 point. But if you can get the other person's topic right, you get 2 points. So that's a little strategy.
All right.
So if they miss it, you only get one chance to guess it. All right. So we'll have a buzz-in word. So what's a fun word that means something between the two, 1 or 2 syllables, something short? Your shirt says ow. That's kind of a fun one. You want to say ow when you buzz in. So just say ow to buzz in. And here we go. This is the Trivia Showdown, and this is starting with Chris's 80s
No, when you
action.
ask me, do I have to say ow to just talk?
Yeah, you can both buzz in on every question.
Oh, okay.
So you as soon as the question's read, ow. So he could buzz in before you and answer
gotcha.
it, and you
Okay.
might
So
get
he might
screwed
know
out of
the
those
answers.
points.
Okay, to
yes,
my-
and
okay.
vice versa. All right?
Okay.
So here we go. This is round number 1, Trivia Showdown. 80s action number 1. What campy 1986 action movie starred Kurt Russell and was directed by John Carpenter?
Ow.
Nick.
Big Trouble, Little China.
Boom. And Nick steals that question for 2 points. So it's 2-0. Chris, you seemed like you knew it, but you didn't.
No,
buzz in quick.
Yeah, I thought I.
Did you say it first? Do you think?
I thought I did.
I'm pretty sure Nick said you went. Oh,
I forgot what my thing was.
You got 2 points. That's the only points I'm going to get, Chris. You're going to win this.
A nice steal right off the bat. That's always fun. Here's Saved by the Bell number 1. What 2 characters on Saved by the Bell are famous for the "I'm so excited" dramatic pill addiction scene on the show? Yes. Nick.
Jesse Spano and Zach Morris.
Boom. That's 1 point. 3-0. Did you happen to know that one?
No.
That's a fun
I'm so
shirt.
excited.
Famous.
I'm so scared.
One of the best scenes on that show's history. Here's number 2, Chris 80s action movies. Nick can also buzz in. How many RoboCop films came out in the 80s?
Ow.
Nick.
1.
It was 1, and that's 2 more points.
Damn!
So it's 5-0.
Fuck.
Chris got Nick to do this podcast, and Nick's already kicking ass.
Dude, I'm trying to get
5-0.
it early because I'm afraid of the other questions. I'm
love it.
I got to keep getting it.
This is a great strategy. Question 2, Saved by the Bell. What actress played Lisa Turtle? What was the name of the actress who
my
played Lisa
God.
Turtle? She's had some face transformations over the years. I think she's going through some stuff.
If you gave me her first name, I know her last name. I can't think of.
Any guesses on this one? It's kind of a tough. It's like a weird name.
It is. It's tough.
I'll give you guys a hint. Her last name is the same as a famous killer named Jason's. Does that help you out at all?
Lisa Voorhees?
It is Voorhees, but her name is Lisa Turtle on the show. It's not Lisa in real life. It starts with an L, though. Does that help you out?
Yeah.
And if you can hear in the distance, there's a bird. Her first name is also a bird. Is that a bird or a mouse? What is that?
That's a bird.
It's a lark. Lark Voorhees.
Yeah. Damn it.
So no
that is
points.
a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. No points there. 5-0. Nick's kicking ass on the first 4 questions here. Here we go. This is number 3 for 80s action. Number 3, what 1982 action horror movie used the tagline, "Man is the warmest place to hide"? 1982 action horror used the tagline, "Man is the warmest place to hide." Chris.
Critters?
No, not Critters. Not a bad guess. Nick, any guesses?
I have it in my head.
Man's the warmest place to hide. 1982
And I
action
can't.
horror.
It's like I could see the poster and I can't figure out what the name. No, I can't do it.
It's The Thing. Also John
no,
Carpenter,
I didn't have
'cause
it.
If you just said
alien-
Kurt Russell, I would have, yeah.
no, I thought
could've-
something else. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That movie's great. The ending
Great
of that
movie.
shit, they fucking just
Super.
freeze
The
to death.
Thing.
Like,
Super spooky.
we'll figure it out.
Here's number 3 for Saved by the Bell. What was Max, the owner of the Max's Hangout, Side profession.
Ow.
Yes.
Magician.
He is a magician. 1 point for Nick on Saved by the Bell. 6-0.
And he still does magic.
Still does magic.
Alonzo.
There you go. You ever see him at the Comedy Magic? He's
No,
over here
never.
sometimes, I bet.
Oh, no, I haven't. But I think that's how I know he still does it.
Here's number 4, 80s action. Who plays Roger Murtaugh in a 1987 action movie, Crisco?
That is Danny Glover.
Danny Glover,
Damn
1
it,
point.
man.
It's not a shutout. It's
Damn
not a
it.
shutout. 6-1. 6-1 right now.
I could have said, ow.
Still anybody's game. We're back to Saved by the Bell. This is number 4. What 90210 star played a girlfriend of Screech's? 90210 star.
Ow.
Yes.
Shannon Doherty.
Incorrect. Another 90210 star played Screech's girlfriend
Ow.
with glasses. You can't guess again. but-
God, man.
Nick,
Oh,
any
ow.
guesses? Yes. 90210.
And her dad, Tori Spelling.
It is Tori Spelling.
You motherfucker.
And that's 7-1.
Shit.
It is Tori Spelling. I forget her
I'm
name.
only going to nail my own, so I got to climb back. I got to knock you out fucking.
Here we go. Number 5. Let's see if you could do it. Number 5. Which Jaws sequel used the tagline, "This time it's personal"? This time it's personal.
Ow.
Nick.
Jaws 3.
Not Jaws 3.
Damn it.
Chris.
Ow. Jaws 4.
Jaws 4: The Revenge. Boom.
Michael Caine, right?
I didn't
Michael
even
Caine.
know
There's a great quote about that when someone
Yep.
asked him, "Did you see Jaws 4?" And he goes, "No, but I saw the house that bought me."
Yep, it's one of the best lines for anything because
That's
he's
funny.
like, yeah, people make shitty movies, but it bought me a house. It's the best.
That's funny.
7-2, still anybody's game. We're back on the Saved by the Bell side.
That's when you're trying to keep ratings.
Yep. Number 5, Saved by the Bell. Zach had a band on the show during a special documentary episode they did called Rockumentary. What was the name of Zach's band?
Zack Attack.
Boom.
Ow. Zack Attack.
He got it, and it's 8-2. Zach Attack.
Yeah.
We're back on the attack.
Friends forever. Always will be friends.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Number 6 from 80s action. How old was Jean-Claude Van Damme when Bloodsport came out? Was he 27, 34, or 38?
Ow.
Chris.
27.
Incorrect.
Ow. 34.
He was 34 years old.
He played the Predator. You know, he was the
man.
original Predator.
What was it?
He was the original Predator.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah, he shot some of the movie and then hated it because it was so hot. And then he got Bloodsport and got out of the contract.
Interesting.
Wow, man.
It's 10. Nick's got
That's
10
great
points.
how you had a fact that didn't matter to your question.
10-2.
I should've-
Nick
yeah,
is
that-
winning by 8 here. Let's see if Chris can steal one of these Saved by the Bell.
I
That
can't.
would
I
really
don't know
help
shit
him
about
out.
that show.
Here's number 6. What was the name of the show that preceded Saved by the Bell? It was a show that came out before Saved by the Bell with some of the same characters with a different title when they were younger. They were in grade
Yeah,
school.
man. They were like 6th grade.
Yes. Haley Mills was the teacher on the show.
Yeah.
What was the name of the show? Any guesses?
No.
God, man. It was
I got beaten in my childhood, guys.
it was like only for one episode because then they flipped it really
Yeah.
quick.
It might have been a season, but it was a pretty
Or a
short.
season,
it was
yeah.
pretty short. Any
Because it
guesses?
was all about her
Yeah.
as a teacher.
And then they realized the kids were
the kids were the stars. They were all it was all 6th grade. Don't
It was,
remember.
Good Morning Miss Bliss.
That's
Her name
it,
was
Miss Bliss.
And it was Good Morning Miss
Yes.
Bliss. Some of the, I think Zach and Screech and a few others were on there, but not Slater. Definitely was.
No, Slater wasn't on there.
But there was another Slatery type kid. It was
Yeah.
interesting. Here's number
He wasn't cute enough.
7 for 80s action movies. What legendary badass starred in a 1984 movie called Missing in Action?
Oh, ow.
Yes.
Chuck Norris.
It was Chuck Norris. 3rd point for Chris Cope. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
That might have been a Canon film too. Chuck Norris did a lot of those Canon.
yeah.
They have a certain poster where it's kind of like are very artistic, like someone like lunging towards the front of the camera. Here is number 7 for Saved by the Bell. The school set from Saved by the Bell was used on what Nickelodeon show? This was just in the last 5-6 years. The same school set. They never tore it down. They used it on That's So Raven, and then on a Nickelodeon show. What Nickelodeon show?
Ow.
Yes.
The Wizards of Waverly Place.
Great guess. Incorrect. Chris
Damn it.
Cope.
Ow. Harvey Danger?
iCarly was the
iCarly.
answer.
Oh, man. I just
Same
made fun of
school.
iCarly a bunch,
Same
too.
school set. There you go. Here's number 8 for 80s action. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. And if you like this movie, go back a couple episodes for Valentine's Day where I did a Patrick Swayze episode with my wife where I asked her questions on Dirty Dancing and she asked me questions on this movie, Roadhouse. So listen to that. Here's number 8. What bar does Patrick Swayze try to turn around in Roadhouse? What's the name of the bar?
Oh, man.
This is the best. It's on the cover of the movie. They say it a bunch in the movie. He's the cooler. He's the bouncer, head bouncer at what bar in the Roadhouse movie?
Shit kicker?
Shit kicker. Great guess. Incorrect. Nick?
Sam's.
Sam's.
Dalton's?
It's the double deuce. The
Double deuce. Oh, man.
Double deuce.
I took a wild guess.
Dalton the boot.
Not bad guesses. I
was like,
Sam's.
maybe they let Sam Elliott just give his name and they called it Sam's.
Number 8, Saved by the Bell. What X-Men movie actor was on Saved by the Bell: The New Class as a guest star trying to win Homecoming King? So one of the X-Men actors. It's a male actor. What do you got, Chris?
James Marsden?
It is James Marsden.
Yeah!
That's who I thought too.
And
his name's Madsden. Marsden.
You might be thinking
You
Michael
said-
Madsen. Michael
Yeah.
Madsen. James Marsden's correct. So you
Marsden.
got 2 there. So you got 5.
You said Morrison.
So it's 10-5. And we still have a few
I'm
more
living
things
back
to
into
do.
this bitch.
Few more things to do. Here we go. This
catching
is
up.
number 9 for 80s action.
How many questions are there?
10 for each. So we're
Okay,
almost
good.
done. Number 9. Who stars in 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy?
Ow.
Chris.
Damn
Nolte.
it. Damn it. How did
Nick
you give him
Nolte.
such an easy one when I was tired?
6 to 10. 6 to 10. Chris is coming back.
Climbing.
Here's number 9 for Nick's category, Saved by the Bell. Who was the youngest member of the cast when the show started?
Ow.
Yes.
Dustin Diamond.
Boom. That is correct.
to remember his
Dustin
first
Diamond.
name.
You guys are nailing these questions.
Yeah, you know how they found him? At a mall. He was acting
Damn.
goofy.
Acting goofy to mall. A real screech type. 11
Yep.
to 6. Here's number 10. Last question for 80s action. Rocky IV came out the year I was born. What year was it? Rocky
Ow.
IV. Yes.
84.
Incorrect. Chris.
Damn it.
Ow.
Yep.
1985.
It was 1985.
Damn it,
I
man.
can change.
7 to 11.
Then you can change.
Damn it. I was giving
We
you
all
one more
can
year.
change.
7
movie's
to
great.
See, but it was
11.
filmed. Are you sure it was filmed in 84?
Do you guys want a real fun fact about that movie?
Sure.
What?
Stallone goes, in the first 30 seconds of every round, we can go at each other.
Yeah.
Lundgren hit him so hard in the chest that his heart moved 6 inches, and Stallone spent
shit.
3 weeks in the hospital.
Oh
They
my
shut
God.
down the whole fucking production. Because
Stallone.
fucking Stallone's 5'5", fighting a dude that's like a Swiss
Oh my God.
fucking like kickboxer, too.
And Stallone recently, in the last couple of years, broke his neck on the set of Expendables 2 or 3. Like
It sounds like Stallone actually thinks he's an action star. He believes he's a real.
skate plan when I was in Canada because
Yeah.
I wanted
got
to
it.
leave that bad. Like,
There you go.
All
Here's
right.
the last question of the first round. We have
How am I
2 more
doing?
quick things to do. It's 7 to 11. So you could still win the whole thing. We had a couple more quick things to do. Here's the last question for Saved by the Bell. What does either the A or the C stand for in AC Slater? What are his first 2 names?
Oh my God.
AC
Al?
Slater.
Alex?
Yes. Alex, incorrect. I'll let you guess a C as well. So you get to both guess an A and a C. What do you got, Chris?
Cortez?
Cortez. No, incorrect.
Well, his last name was Slater.
So what do you got? AC Slater, guess the A or the C.
Armando.
Okay, incorrect. And these are really tough. If you got this right, I would shit my pants.
Castelleon.
Albert and Clifford.
Damn
Albert
it.
Clifford Slater.
Albert Clifford Slater.
Albert Clifford. So right now it is 7 to
That
11.
probably was a joke.
We have one more quick thing to do. This is round 2. This is where I combine both
no.
topics in one way for one question. So it's just one
no.
question. It's worth 2 points if you get it. It's called the combo question.
What's it worth?
2 points.
2 points.
So I lost either way.
That was
No,
like
there's-
that
there's
was
one more
the
thing that's worth 3. So we
that
have
was
2 more quick
the
things to do.
second sentence right before you asked him.
All right, guys, this is the combo question.
Combo question.
80s action films and Saved by the Bell. If you get it right, you get 2 points. You're just buzzing in with ow. Here it is. Mario Lopez, we just talked about him, AC Slater, appeared in a 1988 action cop drama featuring Robert Duvall and Sean Penn. What was the one-word title of that movie?
Ow.
Yes.
Colors.
It was Colors.
Oh, yes.
That's 2 points. So this
Yeah,
is very
man.
interesting. So
9
right
to
now,
11,
it's 9
buddy.
to 11, and the last thing we
9/11.
do...
I ain't forgetting.
Never forgetting. This is the last thing we're going to do. This worked out great. So whoever wins this gets 3 points.
Oh,
So
shit.
if Chris gets it, he
gotta go?
wins the game.
No, I'm saying, oh shit.
And if you get it, you definitely seal the deal. It's a category game. We're going to go around in a circle, and it's nothing to do with Saved by the Bell or 80s action movies.
Why
I'm going to
can't
play
I
with
just
you guys.
win?
It's called Categories with Buds.
Categories with buds.
The category today is sports. So we just go
Oh,
around, we
no.
name a sport. All you have to do is name any type of sport.
All right.
Okay? As long as you name one, you're in. You got like 5 seconds to think of one. If you say one that's already been said, you're eliminated. Last person standing gets 3 points. If I win, I'll award it to one of you as I see fit. I'm going to
Okay.
kick it off. My first sport, basketball. Chris.
Baseball.
Baseball.
Hockey.
Hockey. Football.
Soccer.
Soccer.
Polo.
Polo. Badminton.
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Bowling.
Bowling. I'm going to say volleyball.
Curling.
Curling.
Golf.
Golf. I'm going to say tennis.
Fencing.
Fencing. 3 seconds.
Oh, no. Racing.
Racing. Yeah. I'm gonna say like track and field.
Oh, I was gonna say pole vaulting.
Oh, we're gonna do individual.
How's that a sport?
It is a sport. You can Olympically fucking medal in it.
Okay.
You can't medal in bowling. If we're going Olympic sports,
We'll just say I'll go ahead. You're
Oh,
up next.
really?
Yeah. What do you got, Nick?
Dancing.
Dancing. I would say maybe a sport.
You can medal it. Medal in it.
Dancing could be a sport.
can you medal in it?
I'm gonna say
You can
swimming.
win stuff.
I'll just say swimming in general. What do you got?
Oh, that's what I was wondering. Like, how general
We
do
say
we get
tennis
the?
already?
We did say tennis.
Okay.
So you lost.
3 seconds. 3 more seconds.
Archery.
Archery. That works. That works for me. What do you got, Nick?
Oh my God! Why am I not thinking of?
3 seconds, Nick.
Oh no, rugby.
Rugby. That's great.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say nothing. I'm out. I can't think of one. So, Chris, what do you got?
Chess.
I don't think chess is a sport. I'm gonna say no because there's no athletic anything to it. It's just a mind game.
Badminton.
How do you get in?
Badminton already been said. So,
Yeah.
Nick, if you name one more of any kind,
We
you
didn't
win.
say badminton.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Cricket.
Cricket works for me, and Nick is officially
Get an Uber
the
home.
winner with
Get a
3.
fucking Uber home.
14,
That's your prize.
14
You pay for
to
your ride
9.
home.
That was an
my
amazing
God.
episode. Nick, you are the winner. Thank you so much.
I was
I
about
want a
to.
rematch.
I was about to
done.
say speed reading, spelling.
Strangling you this cord.
Guys,
I
that
want a
was super
rematch.
fun.
I already calling a rematch now.
That was a great close match. It's always great when they're close and with two guys that know each other really well.
Oh,
Chris,
man.
what do you got coming up that you would like to plug? People maybe check out, come see you, or listen to you on.
If you're in Las Vegas, not this week but next, I'm going to
Yeah.
be at the Stratosphere at LA Comedy Club the entire week, Monday through Sunday.
Fantastic. And this episode will be out a week from today, so that'll work out perfect. So come see Chris this upcoming weekend in Vegas at the Stratosphere. Nick, what do you got? Where can people
When does
find
this
you?
come out?
This will be out a week from today, Tuesday.
The 2 shows that I probably should plug are my Levity Oxnard show on March 30th, and my Hollywood Improv in the Lab on April 14th.
Very good. And NickGarrett.com.
Yeah.
NickGarrett.com and ChrisCope.com.
Yeah, ChrisCopeComedy.com.
ChrisCopeComedy.com. Gentlemen, thanks so much for
Thank
being
you
on
for
the
having
show. Have a good rest of your day.
Yay.
Bye.
Listener quiz.
That was a very, very close battle on the podcast. Lots of fun in 80s action movies and Saved by the Bell. One of my favorite sitcoms of all time. When I wake up in the morning, that's a fun first start to the lyric. I remember I was in a room recently working on a 90th anniversary show for NBC, and we were going to play the Saved by the Bell theme music. And this guy in the room said we couldn't figure out if we could clear the music in time. It was like one day before we shot this special. And he goes, "Does anybody even know the theme song to Saved by the Bell?" And everybody in the room sang it like at the top of their lungs. Like, yeah, idiot. It's a pretty famous song. So Saved by the Bell, always one of my favorite things to ask and answer trivia questions on. Well done, Nick. Well done, Chris. And check those guys out. If you like quality stand-up comedy, they are phenomenal comedians. Look them up, and you will laugh your ass off. Without any further ado, we're going to get to the listener quiz portion of the show. That's where you get to play along at home and answer 3 questions that I have for you. There are totally random questions, and you just have to send me the answers to these questions to be eligible for a prize. What's this week's prize, you ask? It is a headshot of myself from 2010 that I found in my garage. And I found a big surplus of them, about 50 of them, and we are going to mail one to you. So if you win this week's listener quiz, you get an amazing headshot. I'll even sign your name on it and some wiener drawings. Maybe I'll draw a wiener on there for you. Maybe I'll trace a wiener. That'll cost you extra. This is the listener quiz. Here we go. Question number 1. The prince's dog in Beauty and the Beast turns into what piece of furniture from The Witch's Curse? The dog, the palace dog in the Beauty and the Beast turns into what piece of furniture in Beauty and the Beast? Question number 2. What is the capital of Lebanon? What is the capital of Lebanon? Think about that one. And number 3. How many Olympic rings make up the Olympic ring logo? How many Olympic rings make up the Olympic ring logo? Those are your 3 questions for this week's listener quiz. Thanks for checking out this podcast. Leave it a nice review if you had a good time, or check out some of the other episodes. And I appreciate you downloading this or subscribing to it or getting bonus points at a live event for subscribing to it. All that stuff is amazing. We just hit 13,000 downloads, which is really cool to me. I always said if 100 people listen to this every week, it's worth my time, and we are well over that. So thank you, and help keep spreading the word about the show. I'll be doing a bunch of Chicago shows very soon with some great guests, and we'll scatter those throughout the springtime here. Thanks again. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time on the Trivia with Buds podcast.